in
Yeah.
general.
But,
Yeah.
tough.
So a certain someone got me a gift that's gonna be coming in November to December. It's a Fubuki gift.
Fubuki
The newest
is
one that just came out.
the sixth anniversary celebration.
Ooh.
I'm honestly unsure what I can hear over my own stream.
I can't hear much over my intro music right now either.
Well, my intro music's done, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Get the sound and levels right.
Mine just wrapped up. So live scene.
Rive scene.
Hello everybody. Hopefully you guys like the new intro that was able to see or is here for it. Sorry, Kitsu, what you're saying?
I should go over as well. Might as well. Yeah. I should go over as well. Might as well. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of Tomb of Annihilation, where we are joined by everybody again with Sean as Diggory,
Hello.
Digi as Dr. Gwenwyn,
8.
Kitsu as you changed the name. It's not for Sean, it's just Shauna now, right?
Yes. Donna.
We have Memes as Rote,
Hello.
Uh-oh.
and then we have Zach here as Ocular.
I know.
Howdy.
So before we dive into the actual game, would anybody like to recap our last session from a couple weeks ago for the party and for everybody listening?
Not I, says the fox. I need to fix things.
I'll try to give it a go.
Okay.
We
There
got
we go.
teleported to the port town that I slightly forgot the name of. We went to the Red District, the Red Bazaar, and half of us got rooms at the Quiet Inn, and the others got room at the really punchy inn. I know I'm shorthanding a lot of it, but we went and met Volo. Got some information from him, and we bet on dinosaur races. Initially lost some money. Diggory lost. Initially lost some money. Dr. Gwenwyn gained money on the second race, and then Diggory gained back a good amount of his money, and then some from the third race.
No chicanery here.
Yep. So that is what the general gist of what happened. And the continent we're on is Chult.
You were also told why you're being sent here, what you're kind of looking for,
Yeah.
but
For
not.
the most part.
You were sent here to find out what's causing it as something called the Soulmonger.
Yeah.
And
out of character, we found out that there's not really an inciting thing to get you out of the town.
I mean, there is. You just haven't ran into it yet.
It's harder. It's harder
because
to really do that.
Because we're running this not just as the tomb itself, we're running the whole campaign. It's a little bit more sandboxy.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I do also remember that there was a secondary place that we could go to for buying stuff. Because Volo mentioned some other trading thing.
And I rolled a 23 on a painting.
Yes.
Well, Digi, for doing the recap, feel free to add yourself a point of inspiration.
Beyond that, we also did get a job to collect some debt in the beggar quarter.
And
Hey,
Digi also
inspiration.
feel free to give one other member of your party inspiration.
Inspiration. Huzzah. Inspiration.
Who to give? To Google. Or
Google.
I want to do. I have it behind the scenes for a die I'm rolling.
Secret die rolls.
Okay, so looking like the die roll I did give Zach the inspiration. Ocelar.
So you two have inspiration. Yes, it was a little bit later in the afternoon. A little bit later beginning in the to cool down some outside, and you were given a job, or potentially a job, to go ahead and meet with somebody in Old City. You were given the name. Kalahu. To help collect a debt.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. This has nothing to do with anything, by the way. I just think I finally figured out what the echo in the background of my thing was.
Echo.
Yay.
Echo.
I do know that I was wanting to go to that other market thing to try to find like potion ingredients to try to make something to make it so that our heavy armor people don't keel over from overheat. Because that's not great.
So to kind of go back a little bit towards that, so it is hot and humid and everything like that, but you're not like physically actually baking or in baking in your armor. You can wear your heavy armor; it's making you uncomfortable, but it's not going to like slow roast you. You're not going to turn into really delicious barbecue.
Oh.
Yeah. Anything to help
We're
them
not in a. We're not in a cooking pot that boils the skin all the way. Excuse me.
We would still most likely want to. I think they recommended water gatherers.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably get it from the people.
Yeah.
We were watching a lot of Shogun. So, yeah. And there is a scene in that show where they throw a guy into a pot of boiling water and, yeah. No way
that
to
was
die.
Yep.
That's perfectly so. I mean, you remember that they told you that the merchant villas, or the merchant princes are the ones who sell the really high end stuff. But there's lots of shops kind of around the Red Bazaar. Although that's mostly everyday goods. The Grand
Mhm.
Souk might be the better place for you to find from what you remember.
And,
Yeah.
and from what I remember, is that uh, employer, our employee is in the is with the
Employer
princess.
is over
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Yep, your person that you're gonna yep, your employer is in this one from what you did for the person for the overall story, but your current side quest is somewhere over here.
Hmm.
So where does
Yeah.
the party wish to go?
Uh, I know where my character would want to go is to actually go try and buy like good amount of potion ingredients because that is his thing.
Now, are you looking for everyday kind of potion ingredients? Because you can most likely find those in the Red Bazaar just for generic potion ingredients. Or are you
Eh,
trying to find some stuff to maybe try and make your own different kinds of potions and experiment?
more experiment.
Okay. That would probably be
Yeah.
the Grand Souk for you. Because you can buy most of your everyday potion stuff to make, you know, if with time you can turn them. They might require a little bit of refining, but you can turn them into some good potion ingredients.
Yep.
So Dr. Gwenwyn heads over to the Grand Souk. What about the rest of you guys?
Hmm. I will follow the professor. See what else I can learn, find out about this place.
Oslo will also tag along with them.
Golden rule is
So,
not to split the party, so I'll go along.
yeah.
The
Then
group.
we could have two adventures happening.
What's the worst that could happen if you split the
Uh,
party?
a
Everything.
cleric and a paladin should be able to handle anything that's going on.
Gets ran over by racing dinosaurs.
Surprise dinosaur race!
It's a fourth round.
It's the fourth round that they forget to actually tell you it's starting because the entire point of it is to see how many people the dinosaurs kill.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say it's just like Pamplona, the running of the dinos.
Ah,
Meanwhile, you have like Thunderous Thunder, the T-Rex that ate the Bronto, the whatever, is like leading the pack. There's a bunch of Velociraptors, just Jurassic Parking behind him.
Nee,
What's
nee,
funny-
nee, nee, nee.
this
What's
might
funny
as
is
well just be.
There are dinosaurs, run from dinosaurs.
All
what's
right.
funny was the dinosaur that got eaten was the one you bet on in the first race.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And it happened almost right away.
No chicanery at all.
So you guys wander back through the streets, passing the talk of the dinosaur races being in the area and how crazy it was. Um, or is basically the only thing on everybody's lips right now. Even as the sun is slowly beginning to dip down, and where most cities you would see some kind of shop activity dying down, the city still seems to be alive and bustling more than anything right now. You make
Ah,
it to
so
the
Las Vegas.
Grand Souk, the largest and most opulent little area in the city that you can see. And as soon as you step inside, you are bombasted with the chattering noises of people just shouting and talking all over the place. The place is packed more than you can think of. Um, Up and down, there are stalls all along the walls in the middle of people from everywhere along the Sword Coast. Um, Races and people in stores represented that even you some recognize from being on the mainland, with the exception of Osler, you don't really recognize a lot of the area or people around here. But for those who either from Baldur's Gate or any of the other bigger cities, you recognize a couple of the names of the stores represented here. You see piles of spices, timber, various different plants being hung up and dried, dinosaur skulls, ironworks, you name it, you basically can find something here for that. There's even people that are selling some very odd looking creatures in the area. Um, One of the other things that you notice very blatantly here is they are not really trying to hide it is the amount of guards stationed everywhere. Almost about every couple of feet, there is a heavily armed guard looking somewhere. With from what you can see and gather, this being one of the biggest and most richest parts of trade in the area, they don't want any thieves or anybody kind of trying to pickpocket their way around.
Walking
Um,
in.
Such discrimination.
Discrimination or security. Ugh. I'll tell you though, as much as I'm excited to see what's all in this, the stacks, it is not. Oof. A little bit of a headache from the noise already.
As you say that, a tabaxi minstrel pops up in front of you with a large grin and starts playing a little flute in front of you, and doing a little dance, hoping to catch your attention.
Ugh. And Diggory's just still rubbing his temples a little bit. Bit of a headache, but not enough to to take the edge off of my curiosity.
Feel free to look around. Tell me what you're trying to find.
Well, Diggory's not specifically trying to find anything. He's just sort of taking everything in broadly. Imagining that this is different from the red bazaar, there's probably less in the way of daily goods or market variety goods, but probably more like finer silks.
This seems to be a lot more finer stuff in a lot of the areas, but also it seems to be a lot of more bulk good deals going on from what you can tell.
Oh, even better. A Scholastic book fair is exactly up his alley. But even though he's not looking specifically for anything at the moment, just taking everything in, just impressed at the variety of things as he's slowly taking it all in.
Gwynwyn is trying to find like basically a shop that, like I said earlier, just sells like potion ingredients, because he doesn't necessarily like to buy potions. He likes just throwing shit together and seeing what happens.
Ostalure would be looking for like bushcraft and expeditionary like items, stuff that you can use on a journey to get through the jungles of Chol.
Okay.
That actually is the best person to have go do that, because Oslar actually knows the jungles a bit better than us.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, clearly we would need this pickaxe for the jungle.
Don't say that to Diggory. He might actually take it just because to do a little bit of like geological survey.
You you know that he's good for that, but he's also doesn't know the price of gold. Give me just 1 second. Somebody's knocking on my door. I'll be right back.
Mhm.
Don't you love it? You just started a thing, then you just settle down in the bathtub. There's a knock at the door, a rub at the lamp.
Yep.
And you have some random jackanate making a Disney reference.
Well, I do think that we should probably send Raj with Ocelar to make sure that we have someone that knows money to go with the guy getting all the getting supplies.
Possibly, yes.
1 silver.
House Hunter's Chult. Yes, I am a commoner from Waterdeep. I want a 5-story Thayan style house on the waterfront with easy walking access to all the amenities and fast travel back to Waterdeep where I'm from, and I want it for 15 copper.
And just in general for House Hunters, the international one is so much better because of you actually getting to see of how other countries live and such compared to the just US based one. The US based one, it's like I'm moving from Texas to Tennessee, and it's like the houses are basically the same.
Yeah.
It's like, which is so much different than someone like I'm moving from Texas to London. I'm wanting a house that's like my one back in Texas. Yeah, you're never finding that here. Have fun.
Yeah, no.
And in Europe, you'll get a house that lasts more than 3 years. Made
Yeah.
with brick and concrete instead of drywall and cardboard.
Yep.
At least modern houses.
Yeah.
Or moving from the US to Japan and wanting a house just like they did in the US.
Oh yeah, that's also just that's a fantasy.
Granted, if I was moving from the US to Japan and it was like in one of the more rural areas, I would want more of a Japanese house than a US type one because
My
Hey.
apologies, guys. I'm back. My kids are getting picked up.
Not to worry.
Ah.
So, anyway, I was interrupting Digi, so finish your thought, Digi, and then we'll get back to the game.
that was my finished thought.
Okay.
So you caught it right when it was finishing.
Well, then continuing on for everything for this. So, yeah, Digi, you're looking
Shauna
for.
would be looking at pictures, at paintings.
There's no paintings in the area, but there
Mhm.
are people who are selling dyes and stuff to make a wide variety of paints. Very easy to find in this area.
Well, she would be looking at that.
We'll come to you in a second. We'll go
Okay.
Digi and then Asula, Zach, and then we'll go with Kitsu. So you have no problem finding multiple people who are selling potion ingredients. One is selling more of a common list of potion ingredients that you can find for that one. He's actually a person that is from Baldur's Gate. You, from being from one of the areas and working in Baldur's Gate before, you recognize that accent. Um, you find another one who looks like he's actually from Chult, who's selling a wide variety of plants. Some of them you recognize, and some of them you don't. That you have no clue um, what half of them are. And the third one is selling more finished potions, but has a few of the harder to find that of being an alchemist potion ingredients that might be a lot harder to get get your hands on.
Hmm.
Who are you going to see?
I'll go to the one from Cholt
Okay.
because that new stuff is a bit like, yeah, the fact of, hey, the rare stuff, but it's, oh, I have no idea what this stuff does. That interests him so much. It's like that's where he's gonna go. The Cholt one.
Okay. The merchant greets you with a very over exaggerated bow. Says, "Welcome to my shop, friends. I am here dealing in potion ingredients, granted permission by Wakanga. What are you seeking?"
Hmm. I'm seeking just I'm seeking for potion ingredients. Alchemist by trade and such. And I see that you have stuff here that I've never seen before. I really want to try them out.
All plants taken from the jungle, deep, deep in by those few adventurers who go out and come back and survive. I can sell you any that you want for a price. Are you buying in bulk for a shop or small for yourself?
Small for myself.
Good, good. I give you a discount then, friend. I will give you. He pulls out a rather actually large bag that looks like it's actually designed to hold herbs to let them dry while there's wind going through it while you're carrying it. I will give you the pouch and let you take enough ingredients of your choice to fill for 25 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. He hands you the pouch. Says, just avoid the red flowers. They are more for poisons than potions. And the blue flowers. And this, he picks up, shows you some special grass. What looks like grass to you, but it seems more maybe like a fern. And this is
Hmm.
more for poison too. Really, stay away from the left half of the stall. Those are mostly poison ingredients.
I have another bag, and I'll pay for that as well for poison ingredients because I do have a bit. I do like making poisons as well.
So
Sure.
you can pick from what he's just advising you of what ones to avoid if you don't want to make poison.
Well then I'm going to be making
The,
both
the
sets.
your the bag, and this is just so we can
Mhm.
speed it up, is enough to make about 25. It holds enough ingredients to make about 25 potions worth of items.
Okay. Uh,
So you
he's
can
gonna take.
just
He's
put
gonna take like
alchemy
about. What?
just add it to your inventory a bag of alchemy reagents, so you can do it that way because it'll let you make what you
Yeah.
want. Now, friend, I have a bit of advice for you. If you want something, you have recipes that you make yourself?
I I just gotta combine things together and see how it goes.
I would potentially recommend following a recipe if you. The other gentleman over there who has the potions already made, he carries some very nice books that could lead to interesting combinations for you, if I say the least.
Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll go after gathering the I have alchemy ingredients, I'll go over and see about the book.
You walk over to the other stand. It is being run by a very large gold dragonborn who looks to be wearing just the a very thin shirt. He seems to actually be very warm, even though despite the area that you're in for the souk is covered by awnings, and actually cooler, but he still seems a little bit warmer than he should be. He gives you a low bow and just says, "Hello, friend. What can I do for you?"
I was recommended from the one of the other alchemy ingredient sellers here that you have a book on making different potions and poisons based on the ingredients that he has.
I don't know if they're based on his ingredients, but I do have such a book.
I'll, I'll take it.
2,000 gold pieces.
That's a bit much for a book.
It is a family heirloom, not one I am willing to part with easily.
Ooh. Well, then. Out of character, how much would, like, how good of a memory does Diggory have for things he's read?
Fairly good, but he doesn't have like the keen mind feat, for example.
So it's gonna have. Let's see.
I mean, I appreciate the hustle. The key that would be amazing.
Have Diggory just go through it and read it and just basically copy it down for me.
Come back every week or so, and just say like, "Oh, I'm just continually curious." Go back to the tavern, write down a copy in my notebook.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Diggory's Black Market Bookseller.
This is just turning into Volo's Monsters Guide to Monsters.
No, it's turning
Well,
into
hi.
Let's Rip Off Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Yes. So, yeah, because this would be something that Gwenwood would actually probably know from previous stuff that we've done. I'm just getting sure of it, of how much Diggory would actually be able to just look through the book and just be able to get the information that he wants.
If you were to do that, I would let you try, but you would need to make a pretty hard history check. I like very, very hard.
Let's see.
And that would get you, depending on how much success you have off of that, you might get 1 or 2 pages that you could read, but it might not even be a full recipe.
Well, I do have a +5 history, just as a FYI.
I have a +7, so as well. So
there you go, even better.
Are we all there? Or are we split up?
I think it's right for this little interaction. It's just Gwynwyn and Diggory that are there. I think.
Really, if you guys haven't really, if you guys don't split up, you guys are all kind of traveling as
at
a
least
pack.
at least Shauna's technically split off because she went off to look at the dyes and such.
Yeah.
So at least Sorashana is not with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she went to the art co-op.
Yeah, so currently it would.
Oscillator said he was going off and checking for.
Yeah, I sort of immediately like branched off.
Yeah, I'm fine, Gostolos. It's time to sign money.
Yeah. I think it's would be just Diggory and Gwenwyn right here,
Guess
I
so.
think.
That's what I was under the assumption of.
Yeah. So, tech, it is kind of in Gwenwyn's nature just to just try shit without actually having a like messing like just doing it himself. So having a recipe book was useful, but not
So for
needed.
terms of your character, like that one chart that you have where you can roll off of this would finding a recipe book like this, which I have quite a few of them spread around the area, would unlock a new table for you to roll on.
Okay. Just getting it though.
No, you didn't think I was going to make it that easy for you, did you?
Yeah, I know. It's still the getting it part.
Yeah.
Only we had a rogue. Then he could have been stealing it while I was talking to him.
We might as well just go do an evil run. Just kidding.
But hearing how much it costs, one was just gonna like, oh, thanks for the knowledge that it exists, but I'll have to try to come back later with more money.
If you find something valuable in journeys, I may trade it away. If
Okay.
it is valuable enough to me.
Okay, I'll try to find something then. It's valuable for you.
Did you ask him what's valuable to him?
Uh, basically, yeah. Yeah. Like what's
Well, I was here on behalf with some frost giants, and we're looking for a certain man, or they were, should I say. If you happen to find, oh, what was it, Artis Keimer? He has a very valuable item on him. I would gladly trade the book for this item.
okay. I'll try to find this person. And get that item.
He gives you a smaller bow this time, but thanks you and turns to the next person who's walked up, who's buying a few bits and bobs from him. Do you have anything else that you're necessarily looking for right now?
No. Gwenwyn got the things he wanted.
Okay. We are going to Oscular then.
All
So
right.
you are trying to find some general kind of goods for going out into the jungle.
Yes. Survival gear, like bushcraft stuff, things we make an expedition here or possible.
I mean, you can find a lot of that stuff around. What in particular are you kind of looking for? You would know that
So
really water is going to
Mhm.
be your kind of biggest challenge out in the heat and rain in the world. or good drinking water would be a little bit harder to find out in the rainforest. You also know that there are a crap ton of bugs in the area that can carry some pretty nasty diseases. And you do know that you don't know what maybe the port uses for it, but your tribe has had like insect repellent kind of stuff before, and you can imagine that they would probably sell something like it around here.
So yeah, I guess that would. So the most important stuff would be, of course, the water gathering. Um, if possible, like the repellent, and then if that's unavoidable, then also medicine to treat diseases. Also, maybe something to help with like poison as well, to like prevent it.
Okay. Um, you can find rain catchers pretty easily at a couple of different ones. But the ones that look kind of the best constructed are sold by a tall, lanky human who Chelton, who is kind of towards one of the entryways of the Grand Souk. Looks at you, smiles as he can kind of he hasn't seen you in town before, and you don't look like one of the more civilized people around the area. Says, friend, what are you here to buy some rain catchers?
Indeed.
Excellent. How many in your party do you have?
Currently, including me, I travel with a group of 5.
Hmm. Big group. You will need many rain catchers. I will make you a deal. I will sell you 3 for 3 gold apiece. A steal anywhere here in the souk.
Can also inspect the craft of these rain catchers. Like, are they gonna hold up? They're gonna do us well.
Um, roll me an investigation check.
You got it. 21.
Oh, yeah, you can tell easily these are quite well made. They are actually a very good high quality. You're to your eye, they're well made and well put together, but something is telling you that the um the crafting components of it aren't necessarily worth 3 gold apiece, but maybe there's something that you're not seeing there.
Well, I'm also with us. So, what are they made of?
They are a wooden frame and leather tarp, along with a rather large kind of um, extra tarp to fold over to kind of make a basically.
Oop, he gone.
And what would be the issue with
Nope,
the
I'm gone.
low quality one?
What was it?
What would be the
Nothing. I
issue with
just
the low quality one?
What would be an issue with a low quality one?
Yeah.
Um, really, if you got like a super low quality one, the water might become contaminated, which means you would get sick and you wouldn't be able to get the water needed out in the rainforest. They could also become a lot bulkier and heavier if you look around and find some of the other people who are selling them. These ones look like they are a lot slimmer than some of the other ones that you can find that you see around. Some of them look like they can weigh about 10 pounds each. These ones maybe top off at 5 based on just looking at them.
Well, I'll go up to the merchant and go, yeah, I see that this is well made, but I don't believe the components. It seems a bit pricey for something as cheap.
You won't find a better one in the souk, I guarantee it. Outside the merchant villas itself, you won't find a better rain catcher.
Yes, I'm sure we won't, but at the same time, the best blade in a it is not worth a kingdom. You know what I mean?
Listen, I can part with each of them for 2 gold apiece then, but then you are even stealing from me now. He is bullshitting out of his ass.
I think that we can make do with some lesser quality ones. I am a forward cleric of God and can fix up any issues they have. So, if this is your final offer, we shall simply go find another.
Fine, fine. I will sell you them at the sup- actual price of 1 gold apiece. That's telling the truth that that's the actual price that you won't find anybody else selling them cheaper.
I motion towards the lizard.
And he'll pull out 3 pieces of gold and hand it to him. Ah, while I am not a businessman, it would serve you in the future. Be honest.
Rot laughs.
Of course. He bows to you and hands over 3 of the rain catchers for you.
And also takes them. Make sure they're secured. I'm assuming that you like, carry them on like your back.
They're big. They're small enough that a individual person can carry them. The 3 of them together is a little bit awkward because they're still kind of bulky. They're 5 pounds apiece, so
Mm,
they're a little bit awkward for you to carry, but you can manage it.
okay. Uh, it is your negotiation skills are much appreciated.
Yes, it is expected that your type would not know the value of things.
Yes, where I come from, currency is not a thing. We make simple trades.
Eh,
It is easier that
uncivilized,
way.
but such is the way of the wild.
Anyways, let's acquire repellent and medicine if we are to journey through the journey through the tree.
Um, I mean,
Are the,
you find somebody who's selling. You overhears your conversation. It says, "If you are looking for insect repellent, I have it here."
Osler mosey on over. The
How are you looking for the repellent, friend? Are you looking for it in incense or are you looking for the salve?
this click.
what's Osler used to? The incense or the
You're more used
cream?
to you would be more used to the incense as you guys don't really venture too far beyond your village most of the time. Um so they will just basically set up large stakes that burn whatever you have as incense and then kind of drives insects away.
So
Tiki
incense would be
torches, if you will.
Yeah, like those. Yeah, that keep like mosquitoes away.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. Okay. Well, we are traveling, so the salve would be preferable.
I have a few gourds of the salve to sell you for 1 gold apiece.
How long would one gourd last us? Or like,
He goes into a long-winded explanation as to how you apply it to your body. A gourd each contains 20 applications of an odorless salve, and each application is good for 24 hours on a person.
that's a gold apiece per gourd?
Yep,
Oh shit! I'll be. I'm off. Does he have 5 gourds?
he has 5 gourds. Yes,
Well, this man has
and
just earned himself 5 gold pieces.
wrote you will easily tell that this person is 100% honest with you. He's the way he describes how the salve works, and based on what you kind of see for it, he you can't tell if he's lying to you at all.
Gold
Um,
or
I would like to ask, what goes into these gourds? What do you use to make
Well, the gourds are just gourds that are grown and then dried, and the salve is put inside the salve. However, that is a recipe that is both protected and controlled by Quothe, the merchant prince who controls the insect repellent.
my tribe has a similar situation where only few know the concoction.
I would probably recommend for you, friends, if you are going to be camping in the jungle, you may want to take some incense with you as well. It will help protect your camp over the night. Each block, which burns for roughly 8 hours if put into a fire or lit properly, will burn for cover roughly or so 20 feet radius, more than enough to protect a small campsite.
How much would each of these be costing?
A silver a block.
How much do they? How much does a block weigh?
A block of incense is not even a pound, really.
Oh, okay.
Each of the gourds,
So
especially if you attach it to your belt, is also negligible for that.
listing everything down. I'll give him a gold piece. However, this many gets me.
He gives you 10 blocks.
All right.
Truly, besides potions and other things like that, you might not need much else to venture out into the rainforest. Just be wary, friend, as there are more dangerous things out there than just insects. If you are
Uh,
looking maybe to be blessed on your journey, I would recommend paying a visit to the Temple of Savaris. The priests there give out the most beautiful blessings, and are almost everybody who travels outside of the city with their blessing returns safely. Almost.
has Osler heard? What's the god's name again?
Savras, Savras.
Is this something? Is this a god that Osler has heard of? Could make a check
It's
too.
um one of the normal deities for the area. You would have heard of him in Chaltia. Like, if you don't know where the temple is, I am more than happy to tell you where it's at.
Indeed,
For
maybe it.
for a little
Oh,
bit of palm greasing.
We do not need to know. I am a cleric of God, and His blessing will see us through.
Then surely you have already visited the Temple of Dawn here.
Of course, we have.
Oh, then I bid you a good day, good lizard and mouse folk.
And a good day to you, honest businessman.
the last of my intended search is remedies and medicine for poisons and disease. The Osler would begin looking for something like that.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Extra stuff. I don't want to close that. Just looking up some prices for you.
Can we give a round of applause for Seribot? Yay! Got a cheap
Yay.
viewers bot and Instaband. Yay!
Huzzah!
Too bad
So
I don't have a button for that.
you will find there's people willing to sell some antitoxins for you, but none of them are willing to go below 50 gold pieces.
Mm. Yeah, I just don't have the money for that.
You can find basically if you look in the player's handbook, you can basically find most of the stuff under the adventuring gear for the price that it's asking for there.
Okay.
So if you're trying to find some stuff, feel free to peruse there and get what you're kind of looking for.
All right. I will do that. There's nothing else specific. I went ahead and just that was a total of 9 gold, I believe, because it was 3 for the water collectors.
Five for the repellent salves and
5 for
and
the south. Yeah, 1
and
for
one for
10
and one for each of the
torch or
for
incense.
the 10 incenses. Yeah,
Yeah, tiki torch stuck in my head.
they're blocks of incense, like very compacted blocks of incense that you can't really smell much, but it does. But it seems like they might have should have a scent to them. The salve is completely odorless, but
Okay.
I would like to get one thing while we're out. I I would like to have a 10 gallon barrel to bring along.
A 10-gallon barrel?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can easily find one. Barrel. Somebody will sell it to you for the 2 gold for the barrel. It's gonna weigh a lot though.
It's a 10-gallon barrel, right? Not 41.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, that would be. They'll sell it to you for a gold instead. One that's completely
I motion
sealed.
to the lizard and say, "Hey, the good man."
Osler, I believe he's talking to you.
Oh, sorry. I was checking out this list. What's up? Yes. Is there something you
If they give
needed?
this man a gold,
What? Oh, I'm to pay?
yes.
I see. Osler hands him a gold.
Excellent. Thank you for your business.
The merchant will happily take Osler's gold and give the barrel to Route. Kitsu, you are searching. You've been at a stand of somebody who has some very incredibly vibrant paints. Um, the dyes and everything. He even sells as individual little containers of the actual dry components to the dyes before you actually turn them into paints. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you've been talking to him for just quite a few moments, and he seems very, very impressed with your knowledge and your ability to paint.
I above board. I was just thinking, here's everyone else uh, doing things that would definitely help out with the whole group, and Shauna's just off in her own world.
You say that, but Diggory is just taking in the sights himself.
And Gwenwyn's entire thing is purely just self-satisfaction.
I know.
It technically will help, but he has no idea exactly what he's going to make with it. So
We'll
it
find out
may be
later.
helpful. Yes, it may be helpful. The only people that actually did something that helps out the group is Osceola and Rock.
Yeah.
The person selling dyes will say, I, Miss Shauna, I have a very, very important business proposition for you.
Guess what is it?
My paints are of the highest quality, but nobody will buy them from me because I lack the ability to paint.
Hmm.
I will make you a very important business proposition. I will supply you with as much paint as you would love for as long as you are in the land of Chilt. And a very, very interesting item as well. If you were to paint a picture of the statue in the bay for me and allow me to use it to display my paints.
You can you can see the sparkles in her eyes as they grow big with excitement. Oh, I can. I would definitely help with that. I would definitely love to help and do a painting using your dye. It would definitely be the most marvelous thing ever.
He literally gives you a small box full of vials of paint and even brand new brushes. Like, take this, and you will need to find a canvas for yourself, but paint the statue and bring it back here by end of day, and I shall reward you based on how well you obviously do.
Don't mind if I do.
He grins from ear to ear. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
I will just have to go let my group know, and then I can get things started.
He
This,
bows to you and
this,
lets you wander off. Unless, were you saying anything else to him, Kitsu?
no,
Okay. And last but
she's
not
just overly happy.
Jen, are you actually trying to find some books to buy, or are you just trying to see if anybody even has books around here?
Well, I was initially wasn't thinking about anything specific, but if there is a book stall, old habits die hard, and will attract Diggory's attention immediately.
Um, Let me see. No, it would not seem, at least that is set up today. There's nobody selling quantities of books around here.
Hmm.
Um, but through your wanderings,
I'd also imagine a Minotaur in the middle of Chult would probably draw a few attentions too, but
you will hear a few merchants discussing um an airship that was supposed to arrive that was called the Star Goddess. Um, One of them said, "Yeah, it was carrying some of my new goods that are supposed to be in here," and the other one mentions back to him like, "Well, I bet it did. It probably crashed in the jungle somewhere."
hmm. Yeah, what would like these people, what would these merchants be selling if is thinking about it? Just looking at their stall or if there is one.
The stall's relatively actually empty from what you see. It's got a variety of things. A couple of books, a few looks like some very well crafted weapons. Um,
Hmm.
some food good, some exotic food goods, and a few things like that. They seem to be kind of just like a general all around whatever they can get their hands on merchant.
Hmm. Oh, pardon me, gentlemen.
Oh, you are quite big up there.
You should see the rest of my clan. I'm actually rather small for them. But I couldn't help but overhear. You said that said you were missing a shipment?
Yeah. Well, it is a bit rude to to drop eaves, but it
I
can be
beg your
forgiven.
pardon sincerely for that.
Yes. The Star Goddess was bringing a shipment from. Oh, buggers, where was that from? He taps his foot for a second. They had the shipment list with them. I can't believe I forgot. Um, Halruan. Yes, yes, Halruan.
Hmm.
Some rare books and a few well kept pieces of equipment.
Hmm. Books like the ones you have here? He just picks one up, starts leafing through it.
No, 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 no. Those are just pish posh compared to some of the books with the Star Goddess.
I'll call this librarian intrigued.
Oh, you style yourself a librarian then?
I am from a clan. My clan is from Waterdeep. We oversee one of the largest private collections.
If you happen to find the Star Goddess, wherever it may have went off to or crashed, um, I will gladly pay you a handsome fee for each of the rare tomes that they bring back, and may even let you keep one or two for your clan.
Sir, I was not I was not specifically going to offer my services, but but I was going to say if I found anything, we would. I wouldn't I'm not going to turn down your generosity of this offer. It was
Who better to find books and return them than a librarian?
I can't specifically disagree with you, sir. But yes, I shall keep myself and my party shall keep our eyes open for. You said this was the Star Dancer?
Star Goddess was
Star
the name of the book.
Goddess. My mistake. Thank you.
There should be, in total, from what I remember, 16 or so books, each worth a small fortune themselves, but I shall pay you for each that you return to me 100 gold apiece.
A most generous offer.
No, no, not to be rude myself, even though you were dropping Eve's first, but I must close down the shop now, so away with you, please.
Oh. I'm terribly sorry, and I beg your pardon. I shall leave you to your business.
He gives you a nice little bow and then just turns away and starts. You see him kind of packing some stuff away slowly into a crate, mumbling under his breath.
Well, if there's one thing the stacks haven't taught me, it's interpersonal relations. Just out of
You guys
curiosity,
have.
what was the book I was looking at?
It was just a random journal of of an adventure that was only about 7 pages deep before the rest of the pages became bloodstained.
Interesting. I shall have to think about that when he's open again.
But you guys have all been in the souk for, you're not exactly sure exactly how long. It doesn't feel like very long, but as it's kind of hard to see beyond the people, time seems to have just slipped by you. But you meet up towards the center, a large meeting area, and see that all of you now have acquired or gotten something out of the trip here.
Yeah, Diggory, please take this barrel off.
Okay, sure, certain. I'm supposed I would be the one most qualified to carry it.
Well, I have a job to do. Shows then her new paint supplies.
Oh, that is quite a fine set you have there, Sana. It was Shora, yeah, you changed it to?
Shauna.
Shauna, alright, thank you. That's quite a fine set, Shauna.
So, the job that I have to do to keep this is I need to go to where the statue is in the port and paint a nice picture using all this stuff that I just grabbed. Poor guy, having trouble selling his paints because no one wants to buy them. Dramatically saying.
It certainly is a shame when one sets up a shop and can't find any customer base.
So, what about you guys?
Well,
I have gathered.
oh, you go ahead. I'm sure you have something more interesting than I have.
Oh, good. I have gathered supply. Help us on our journey. And also, I will hand everybody a gourd. This is a repellent of insects. If you apply it to your skin, it will keep insects which are known for carrying disease away from you. Also, I've acquired incense to repel them as well when we set up camp in the jungle. Lastly, I have acquired 3 water carriers. Will rain. When it rains, it will gather the water into safe drinking water. I can carry 1. There are 2 others. If anyone would like to volunteer to carry them.
Oh, I'm already carrying a barrel. What else could hurt? What is my carrying capacity?
So
300.
besides, again, can go back and I'm not worried too much about encumbrance until you guys really get into some heavy stuff. Like the barrel's heavy, yeah, but until you start filling it with something, I'm not going to really worry too much about it. I'm more worried about how you guys are going to end up carrying it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's carrying the last one?
I guess I'll take one.
So for
Yeah, also, they will pass out those as well.
your guys, so how the ring catchers work is you can set them up. They can catch 2 gallons of drinking water per inch of rainfall that happens, and each of them can hold 8 gallons of rainwater. Um, you have to provide something to carry the rainwater in because once you collapse it, I mean these ones that you do have will have a flap that you can put over them, but they do become incredibly heavy and awkward to carry for that. They will not be a stick them on your back then if you are carrying them with the water in it.
I am using I'm using a bit of the rope that I have. I'm just making a harness for the barrel on my back. Well, if all else fails, we can just use this. I'm not sure what you had in mind for a dock, but it certainly would seem to be useful.
Yeah, it does.
So what is the group going to do now? You've done some shopping in the souk. You've gotten a little bit extra information about the land and some places to potentially go check out too.
How about some more shopping? I could do with some new shoes.
Hmm. A little outside of my range of expertise. Looks down at his hooves. If anything, I should go see a farrier, but I doubt that'll be useful in the jungles.
Somebody be walking. If you're looking for fine shoes, check out the Jewel Market, just the other side of of the temple here from the souk.
Some
From
other
the
time. I would say we either go do the debt collection, or if you don't mind, I would like to take a quick trip to the Temple of God.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing what the temple is like. I'm an academic, not a religious person, but
Well, as long as it has some nice art to look at, I mean, I may be a paladin, but it's
No,
I just like the art.
you have to paint something from what you
Yeah.
said. So I think that head
So
out and do that.
you step out from the souk on your way back into the city, and notice that about 2 hours have actually passed that you've been in the souk. Um, as I get said, time seems to have just flown by while you were in there. There's still plenty of sunlight left, but it is starting to get dark.
oh well, that was interesting. For as much as well, that I'm not entirely certain what sort of time frame we were given, and we probably, or I at least, should probably go see about that debt collection job.
Yes, I am fine with going along with that instead.
Yeah, very well. So the two of us, while the three of you go off to the temple, deal with your business over there.
Hmm.
Oh,
With the way
I'd
that
say we all go along, because it would make sense for you to go to the temple since I'm the cleric of God here.
So four and one then, huh?
Yeah, I don't think we need to split it. It can wait.
Oh, very well then. No, I don't wish to take you away from whatever duties or intentions you have, however, Osler.
Ross,
Ah,
Ross, the one that's going is the cleric.
Oh,
Osler is
Mm.
not.
Sorry.
Wrote.
I Roth, don't wish to take you away from your duties.
If there are no duties, just seeing if they have anything to aid us in our journey.
Fair enough. Well then, if I remember correctly, the I suppose, target mark would be up in the Beggar's Palace or Executioner's Run.
and it would be better to do the painting in the day than at night, because I don't think that this would be the best time to be doing it.
That said, however, if you considering how lively the city is here in the early evening, I wouldn't imagine having a night vista would not do exactly what your patron commissioner would be disapproving with. When did he say he
True.
wanted it again?
um, Dehedro.
Yes,
Did he give me a timestamp?
he said, "Bring it back today."
So yeah, you have a very short time window. They-
He said bring it back today.
that
And yeah.
Well, let's see. Looking around, let's see. Not that I have a great sense for things, but oh wait, if assuming we're still around the souk, Diggory looks around and sees this large walkway across one of the uh across the road. If you assuming that they have a good lookout, you could potentially set up like over here on this place at the end of this, assuming they let you, of course, and have a fantastic view of not only that part of the city and the bay, but also of the statue as well. And a tremendous
Yeah,
look
that
across of not only all of that, but also a good vista of the sky to separate the vista. Oh, I beg your pardon. You're the artist. I'm not, but that's just my thoughts.
I'll you have some good eyes right there.
Well, he is taller than the rest of us. He can see a bit higher than us.
You said it, not me.
Eh.
So yeah, she's running off to get a nice, good view of.
So, just to point out for that here for you, you can see with the map that the only way to get to there would be to head to this way up here and head all the way around.
Yeah.
So, are we splitting the party then? The rest of you are doing the side quest, and Shauna is doing her side quest.
Dr. Winwin will probably follow Shauna just to make sure that she's getting into trouble. Because it just kind of feels like probably she might do something that, like, she seems way too one-minded. So he's just like, okay,
All
gotta
right.
chaperone that person.
All right. Well then,
Okay.
let's split up, gang. The two elves can go about their business. Meanwhile, the cow, the rat, and the lizard can go shake a guy down. Works for me.
Shauna's race is actually more human-y looking. You wouldn't actually.
Look, we all know that Diggory really can't tell the difference. You're shorter than he is, so that means you're an elf.
You're shorter, have slightly pale skin.
You have similar
Clearly elf.
similar body types.
And I did give her a little bit of pointed ears, so.
I
Yeah.
would know. I built the mini.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah, we
so
both built the mini together, so yeah.
So we will follow for now Dr. Gwynwyn and Shauna as they head off to get to the nice vista to paint the statue. As everybody bids together and agrees upon a time to kind of meet back up to share stories or see what happens. Um, you two easily make it past up into the kind of little keep, make it around the corner. Um, People are enjoying the time. You are quickly moved along through this as there's not as many people up into this area. And once you get into this kind of nice little inner keep, it seems that you're in the presence of more nobility than anything else. Although, what equates to nobility in Chult in the port, you're not 100% sure. As you are walking past this building here, out the front, you can see a older man, um, a Chultan, shooing away some people who are um,
Mm.
dressed for both of you. Well, more for Dr. Gwen. You're both basically from the Faerun area, right?
Yeah.
Both of you make me a perception check.
Perception. Ah,
Shauna, do you want to go ahead and make a perception check as well, too, please?
You are my best friend.
she
I'm
disconnected.
back. Yes.
Man, this
Uh,
party's just having a day today, isn't they?
It's been
So
having a
Shannon,
time.
yes.
Like, I
Shannon,
think
how much of that did you miss?
You were talking about people that were about an old guy that was uh trying
Shooing
to shoo
somebody
away
away.
people that
Okay,
were
so you didn't miss too
yeah.
much. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
Hi.
please do better than 6.
Perception, which is my best thing. And it didn't.
It's better than 6.
It's better than 6. Jeez. Kind of more.
It was a worse
Wow.
roll, but still a better result. So
Also,
you
that's a
guys.
persuasion, not a perception, so it's even lower than that.
Oh, so that's persuasion.
Let me.
Yeah,
Yeah, roll
I'll do it
perception.
again.
roll perception.
Oh, that was it was funny while it lasted.
Please actually roll good.
Let me see.
Watch, he's gonna roll a 5 now.
There
Oh,
it
there
is.
you go. So as you catch as these people are being shooed away and still trying to talk to this old person, you catch that they're wearing badges of some sort. Um, you're from the Faerun area, right?
Hmm.
Well,
Uh,
technically, Faerun is the entire material plane.
Okay, you're basically you're from the areas kind of around Baldur's
Like
Gate
the
or
the
the main
known
town.
realms,
Yeah, yes, the
basically.
known realm.
yeah.
Okay. Roll me a history check with advantage.
Hi.
So just her roll the history, or want me to roll it with disadvantage since I rolled so low?
You don't notice the badges that they're wearing unless
Okay.
Shana points them out to you.
Because my history is bad.
Does she point? Do you point
You
it
spent
out to
more
me?
time in arts than social studies.
Do you point out the badges? You have to if you point out the fact that they're wearing them,
Yeah.
then I could actually roll.
Okay,
I,
then yes, you can roll, but you're going to roll at just a basic history because you're going based off of somebody else's description of them. Okay, that's based on the description that you have. The people that they're being shooed away are Zentrum.
hmm.
They you see them holding up a bag to the person, basically trying to get the old man, to take it, but he keeps shooing them and shooing them away, and eventually they relent, spitting at the ground at his feet and then walking away.
I wonder what that was about.
Hmm. Hopefully, it doesn't concern us in the future. But
Yeah, I hope so too. Oh, look at the time. We gotta go.
yeah,
You guys will go on by. The old man looks at you and gives you a nice little bow. Raises his hand as if offering you a passing blessing, and then you bolt on and go to your spot to paint. And it is a beautiful sight. The top of the suit kind of blocks off some of the harbor ward, but you're not sure if that's a bad thing or a good thing yet. Go ahead and roll me what I had roll last time, performance for your painting.
Performance.
Roll me performance. with advantage. Because these are some of the finest paints you've ever painted with. And you are truly feeling inspired by the vista. All right. While you are painting, we will circle over to the rest of we will circle over to the other group. You pass Diggory, Oslar, and Rote. You pass through the gate and into, well, basically a slum. Old Town is nothing like the inner city or anything inside the walls. For some, even stepping out while you are still, confident in your abilities, you instantly feel less protected on this side of the wall. You'll actually see some somewhat armed civilians kind of patrolling the streets in pairs with very short spears and some large shields that are kind of just making their ways around there. The two large vine covered ziggurats are basically forcing your vision mostly straight down the narrow pathway. And there's a large group kind of surrounding something off in the distance here that you're not sure exactly what it is, but you can hear some cheering and stuff like that. There are a few minor stalls being set up around the base of the ziggurats, but they don't seem to be selling anything that many people that you are really that you wouldn't want to put that necessarily in your stomach unless you really had to.
Home sweet home.
It's definitely worth a few sketches, that's for certain.
You make your way past the ziggurats going towards the large group, the grouping, and you see some pretty shady looking people that are looks like they're taking down some notes as people are raising some coin pouches above their heads, trying to looks like people are making bets on something going inside the pit.
Hmm. How much you willing, looking at that betting, how much you willing to bet that it's, instead of like something like cockfighting, it's like raptor fighting?
Yeah, I think it's just some good old fashioned gladiatorial combat.
If that's the case, then, it's a thought.
One of the
After we're done the work,
people,
however.
one of the locals walks up to you. You've never been to the run, have you?
Not to make it perfectly obvious.
Oh, they're betting how long the person will make it before a beast gets them. Great fun, great fun.
Sounds it. I'm assuming that the person and beasts are in what looks like a pit in the middle of the road.
Yep, it's a large pit. As you approach it, you can see it better. It's a stone-lined pit, roughly from what you can guess, of maybe about 15 feet deep, 50-ish feet wide, and about 200 feet long.
Hmm.
You can see that towards the top of the pit, there seem to be small little circles made of stone put into the top of them, where that are seemingly slightly more decorated than the rest of the stones. And along the bottom part, there have been hastily installed some different kinds of cages built into the walls and also outside of the walls that they've kind of excavated to make them. Um, on one side, there is a entryway that people are led up, and on the far side, the side that you're on, actually, the far side is where there's like an entryway gate that is being can be raised and lowered. On your side, there's a ladder that leads out that can be dropped into the pit at a moment's notice. Inside the pit, in the cages, you can see some dinosaurs that look like some velociraptors that you saw in the races, although these ones seem much more um, ravenous
Feral.
than and feral than versus the racing ones. You can see a few pantsers, and you almost swear that one of the beasts looks like a displacer beast.
Hmm. Imagine there are no competitors at the moment.
You can see some people being pushed. Even though it's a little bit hard to see, there's a few people that are waiting on the far side, on the safe side of the portcullis, but they don't look like people who would be fighting. They look like they are basically just stripped down to a loincloth, and that's about all that they have on them.
Brutal place. Not sure I... No, not sure I dislike it. Certainly different than a
Ah,
library.
they are instead of executing them willy nilly in the city, these are criminals that are lesser charges, but still destined to die, and they're just given a chance to maybe make a little fame for themselves. If they make it out alive past all the beasts, they get their freedom and fame too.
Hmm. Trial by combat. Definitely a brutal place. I don't know if it works for
Wouldn't
you.
call it combat. Wouldn't call it combat. No, not combat. They have to run. And if they get to here and climb out alive, well, then they get to be set free.
Hmm.
Games, yes, we do have some fights in the pit every so often, but that's that's a different story.
Perhaps we should come back later after we finish our job.
Indeed.
Job, I can help you with your job for a small price. I'm more than happy to help with the job.
Brutal and desperate. It makes sense.
Before I take his offer, I'd like to look around for any urchins.
I mean, he is an urchin, but if you're looking for
Urchins are,
more,
urchins
are
are
you?
specifically like children.
I would say, or if you're looking for more like the traditional urchin, the children urchin, um, you can find them almost everywhere in this whole area. There are plenty of children that are looking around. There's even a few with their feet dangling into the pit.
Self-preservation not yet taught, it would seem.
Any of them that seem to be in gangs or groups with each other?
There's a small group of kids, about 5 or 6 of them, that are walking around together. Um, they don't seem to be paying too much attention to the pit, unlike the other ones. They seem to be more interested in the small market and some of the people walking around the pit.
I'll go up to them and begin my pitch. Hello there, young ones. How goes the hunt?
We don't know what you're talking about, Mister. You are
Sure,
Mister, right? Never seen a giant mouse.
what I am is important. What is important is that I have something for you in return for information, if you have it. And I pulled out a silver piece.
What kind of information are you looking for?
Just, do you know the name of Clow?
Clahu?
Yes.
No. You wouldn't even need to roll. You can tell that they're lying to you.
All right, I nod to Diggory and have him come up.
I'm just going to walk slowly, imposingly, arms crossed across my barreled chest. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to look down my nose, trying my best to catch the waning sunlight off of my horns.
Yeah, I see that.
You're big.
I see. I know how things work around here. I was once much like you. So maybe my initial price was a bit too low. A silver piece for each of you. Or we may have to do it the old street way.
Oh, you wouldn't hit a kid, would you? He shouts this super loud, enough for plenty of people in the crowd to kind of start turning towards you guys.
I,
The one that you're talking to leans a little bit closer to you, wrote, "Yes, we know how the deal works as well too. 5 gold apiece, and we'll get to your information. We'll even bring you to them. Unless you want some guards having their attention brought over here."
Gonna look down at Rote. Just be like, still keeping up the silent thing. Short nod.
one gold piece. Yeah, else we shall simply go find some others.
You're gonna walk away from the group.
Well, I'm saying that if I'll give one gold piece, or or we're going.
A gold piece will work, Mister. And we'll keep everything in. Um, he will literally point over to one of the people who is taking the bets. They will take you directly to them. He seems genuine.
All right. Buy you something nice. And I hand him the gold piece, and then I turn away.
Okay. You can hear like him biting on the piece, or what you assume him biting on the gold piece. Figure if you're still looking, you watch him as he's like biting the gold, looking at it, biting it again, looking at it, and then the whole group runs off.
Desperate place indeed.
Oh, that's a good deal for them.
I'm sure. Very well. So Clau is the collector over there, huh?
Yes, I want to look at him closer, just look around, see what he's doing, all that.
Well, from what you were told, your person that you're meeting with is a female. The person that they pointed you to said they would lead you directly to her.
Uh,
Well, works for me
uh,
then.
But the person that what they're doing is they seem to be a rather large, burly man. Cholton, not too surprising, who is going through and collect and just getting information from people, writing something down in a book above their head, and then going on to the next person rapidly. You can't um, see any visible weapons on him, although even though he's all you can really see is just his arms up in the air and his head as he's standing about a head above everybody else. But from what you can kind of guess from your backstory that I know of everything, it is a bookie, not necessarily high up one. He seems to be one that's not a debt collector. He's more of the initial bookie, but he seems to be one of the professional ones around here as he's writing very quickly on that book.
Well, is there a line or anything?
No, there's just a big crowd around him. There's like crowds around 5 or 6 of these different people.
Uh,
Oh, then
I think we need to make a way.
it would seem that way. Uh, you wish to do you wish to approach him, or shall I?
You clear the crowd and a path through the crowd.
Very well. Let's give a little bit of a stretch. Open up my shoulders just a bit. And start walking purposefully towards this man.
Without even you having to touch anybody, people are just parting ways. As soon as you make contact with somebody, that person starts to shuffle over. It seems they know the deal of somebody bigger's coming through and to get out of the way no matter what's going on.
I stay real close behind him.
Right.
And after a few moments, you're face to face with the person. He's actually almost as tall as you are, Diggory.
Oh, that's impressive. Oh, pardon me, sir.
Yeah, who you betting on? Who you betting on?
I'm betting on you knowing something, or rather, can point me to somebody.
Look, next run's about to start here in a little bit. I need you to. What do you need?
I need you to point me in the direction of your boss. I'm presuming that's right, Rote. What was the name? Clahu.
Yes, Clau. Someone named Clau. We have business with them.
Look, Clawho's a her, so I assume you would have known that.
Well, yeah. Yes, I just
He looks
momentarily
you
forgot.
directly.
You look all the same to me.
He looks Rote directly in the eye and looks up to you, Diggory. He still has to look up a little bit, but looks up to you. What kind of business you got?
We were approached by one of your comrades, compatriots, co-workers. Doesn't matter really. Yeah, about a job she may have.
You're here to help with the collection, huh?
Yes.
She's right over there. He points directly behind you against this other ziggurat here. You can see a nice set up tent with some chairs around there and about 6 or 7 people rolling dice. With one person in a nice chair slightly above them, just kind of looking on and smiling.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your time. Sorry, we shall get out of your hair, but put Diggory down for 3 gold on dying.
How many dying? Are you trying to bet on? There's 5 runners going in at a time now. You're trying to bet on like all of them dying. Trying to put down what are you trying to put down?
I'll put down 3 gold for that 4 of them die.
All right, just don't go too far. The race is going to start here soon, and if you lose, we're going to come collect.
Very well.
He writes your name down super quick, and you can watch him because he's writing it actually below your level. He writes Dig 3x3 or 3x4, and then a D after them, and then he moves on to the next person.
Very efficient shorthand. Very well. Well, Rote, we have our direction.
Yes, we do. We shall head over there right now.
You go over, and as soon as you begin approaching, the lady that is in the chair dismisses all the people that are playing dice on the ground, and they scurry away very quickly. What are you doing? Or should I say, why are you here?
And a good evening to you too, madam. We were directed to you on a matter of business. I
Are
that
you
have
here for the
some.
debt collection?
Yes, we are.
You look like muscle enough to me. She
I
gives
would
you a
hope
big
I am.
smile.
I would hope I am. I've been working on that for a while.
So here's the deal. There's a man named Taban. He owes us 500 gold in debt. Um, you back me up as my muscle here, and you get 10% of whatever of the payment. That's
So
not 10% each. That's just 10% flat for your group.
that's perfectly reasonable for me.
What was the name of the guy that's in debt again?
Taban, she said.
Taban.
All right.
He's not too far away here. He's probably betting on the run. So if you want to follow me, she stands up and she's got some nice jewelry that just kind of clanks down her lanky form.
Absolutely. Lead away.
She walks around the pit, um, goes to the other side and stops at about this corner right here. Says, "Yep, he's just down the way. Give me just one moment. I'm gonna go bring him over to this slightly less crowded area, if you get my drift."
Absolutely.
I'll guess guidance on degree.
I'm just going to take a step into the alley and make myself as inconspicuous as a 7-foot tall minotaur can be.
Okay, I'm gonna roll stealth for you.
All right. Plus the D4, of course. Plus 0 with disadvantage. How could this possibly go wrong?
Oh, you have disadvantage.
Yeah, because I'm wearing armor. The heavy armor, the chainmail.
Okay, you get yourself set up in a nice, what you assume is a nice shaded part. Um,
If nothing else, it's out of the sun.
and a few moments later, you okay over there, Digi?
Yeah, I was just adjusting, and my cord is like my headphone cord is right below my mic, so it knocked it on accident.
Gotcha. What
Sorry about
kind of
that.
armor are you wearing? Free?
I am wearing chainmail.
Okay. As both Clahu and Taban walk over, Taban raises his eyes to block the glint that is off of your chainmail degree.
Hmm.
Um, looking directly at you, kind of squinting his eyes, trying to stop the sun, and quickly steps out of the way. And he goes, "Well, Clahu, I see you brought muscle, but what's the point of this? You know I'm not paying you." Clahu would just turn to him and says, "My dear, you owe us 500 gold." And Taban turns back and looks at Diggory. "While he is quite large, I've fought worse. I'm not paying."
Just going to stand up straighter from where I was leaning against one of the buildings. Well, I'm not sure who you are, frankly. And you are correct. I'm nothing more than hired muscle. But I've been itching to get some exercise all day.
And if I may butt in, I would like to say that I am a cleric, and there's a lot of insurance that you won't die.
He looks at you. I've definitely fought things that are bigger than you. Oh,
Bigger, yes, but dangerous. I think that's a different story.
we will see. And he actually throws a punch directly at you, Rote. He's going to get a surprise round, but then it's combat.
Yay!
We're going to do this one because it's such close quarters. We're going to do this one Theater of the Mind. But I know this guy's...
I wanted Rote to cast Guy Dance.
Oh, Rote is having a fist fly towards his face. It misses horribly. Let's see. We have 3 people there. We have Diggory, we have Rote, and we have Oslar. Roll initiative. Let's get a where's my initiative tracker?
Yeah, since we don't have
Tokens
the
out.
tokens, you just have to
I'm gonna have to
whatever.
I'm gonna have to write it down myself right now.
Yeah. You could input the numbers that we roll
Oh, that's right.
on the turn order thing.
Why is there a white?
I don't know.
You need to have a token to give the initiative to.
Yeah. I mean, you should have whatever tokens we put in for us.
I do. I have them on another page.
Yeah, so gotta put. Right click token, add turn. But yeah, in the future, for when we do initiative rolls, when we actually have our tokens, you need to make sure you click your token and then click the initiative for it to appear in turn order. With Beyond 20.
That might also just be a Roll20 thing too, because I know I had that exact problem before I was using Roll Beyond 20.
Yeah.
All right. So Rote got a 15. Diggory got a 2.
Yep. I'm a strength player, not a dex character.
Our friend...
I think Oscilar's with them, so...
Yeah, I have him on the turn order.
Well, I meant for rolling the initiative.
Yeah. Zach, are you here?
Oops, misclick on that.
I am back.
You're back just in time for combat that you're not a part of.
Yep.
He stepped away a little while ago. I don't know if he's back.
Click. You rolled a 4. You can click on other people's sheets for rolling.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, it's
now
not
that's
popping
just
up.
in my head.
Why isn't that popping up? I need you to... Oh, it's not popping up because you guys don't have your tokens on this here, but I can see it.
Yeah, well, okay, as long as you see it.
Yeah.
Again, this is just a kind of a theater of the mind one where you guys are on the main street, but everybody's basically already within 5 feet of each other or within 10 feet, so you guys are already basically in a combat.
Yep.
Cool. So we're just
Road.
gonna start JoJo beating on this guy, hopefully, and
So
I don't know.
you're basically going to be doing Yakuza fight.
Yep, Road, you're up first.
Here, you never killed a man, despite the fact he slams people's heads into car windows and everything.
and sinks and
Oh,
Yes.
that 11 misses for your inflict wound.
Fun.
And urinals, then.
trash
That-
cans. Brick
That
walls.
moves to to Ban's turn, who is going to continue just trying to throw a punch right at Rote. This time leading back with essentially through a right hook. He's throwing a left uppercut this time. And your AC
18.
is much higher than that, yes. So he misses. It is Oscillator's turn.
And he's still not here.
Oscillator will T-pose for intimidation factor.
The T-poser
Digger.
wizard.
Digger, you're up.
Right. I am going to make an unarmed strike.
This is the thing you're supposedly good at.
Assuming I don't roll higher than a 5. 12.
12 will miss.
I need to check one thing here. Yeah, nope, that's it.
Your punch will go, you'll lean in for your punch, and he will duck it just in time for it to go sail over his shoulder harmlessly. Rote, we're back to you.
If a 20 misses this guy, I'm going to be most upset.
Nope, the 20 will slam into him. You grab your mace and land your blow right into his stomach, and you watch as he doubles over in pain, but is still pretty okay.
And the crowd goes wild.
Or at least ways away.
Oh, can I do this?
Is the guy larger than him?
You're a small creature. Yes, he's a medium creature.
So it takes 12 more damage.
Not a tremendously powerful use of that ability as yet, but still, damage is damage.
So you take an extra damage from that. Okay. He will take 1 extra point of damage. Hold on 1 second. I'm getting something out so I can easily keep track of this. All right. He is going to, seeing as you just smacked your mace into him, he's going to continue trying to punch you and lash out with a very quick jab to the face again. His punches are unsuccessful.
At least ways I'm not the only one, so that's good.
We'll skip Oscillator, who continues to T-pose for dominance.
He's just
Digger.
there to make sure that you guys actually survive the fight.
Right. I'm gonna use a little
Yeah.
bit of. I'm gonna use whatever little bit of movement I need to do to get to position myself in a way that if this next that I can do what I want to do in my next hand, this next thing hits.
Okay, I mean, if this is basically a street brawl, you're able to kind of move around. I'm not going to have.
Right, but my
Yeah.
point is that if this attack hits, I'm going to be doing a bonus action something or other.
Okay.
Well, here's hoping 15.
No.
Damn it.
Almost. Almost.
We're zoning in. We've almost got him bracketed.
We are back up to rote.
Ugh. Too much time in the away from the bag lately. I'm getting soft.
All right, that will hit, and with your second successful hit, I usually give away the ACs since you've hit him enough. His AC is 16,
Cool.
so he will take 5 damage.
And he has at minimum 13 HP. Or rather 14 right now.
He is looking pretty hurt, bruised from those mace strikes, but other than that, he's still standing. And seeing as
After all this time.
Rote's the only one that's landing anything, he's going to continue to launch attacks against Rote, throwing his next punch. He's going to miss again, but he's still going to keep throwing those punches, forcing Rote to dive, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. Diggory.
I glance over at Osler, who's just blank-eyed, slack-jawed, T-posing in the corner.
You have noticed that you are attracting a crowd, even for only about 20 seconds or so into a fight.
All right. Well, let's see here. Damn it! I know I roll advantage just for fun, but why can I not roll anything higher?
Because you're using up all your rolls and the advantage.
He will sense your strike coming in and duck it to the side as you almost punch Rote, who's on the other side. But speaking of Rote,
Fun.
that's a nat 1.
Before we get too much further, I just want just a quick clarification. I know I'm going unarmed here, but would that count? Would that count as me being able to use 2-weapon fighting?
Meaning do a second swing with your
the way
offhand?
when you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon you were holding in one hand. Yeah, I'm not technically holding any weapons, so that doesn't count, does it?
I mean, most things have, when you're unarmed, that you swing with one arm and then swing with the other. I mean, 2 attempts. But the second arm doesn't get your bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do a second attack with it.
All right. Yes. Not the bonuses, so we just give you 5 damage, or rather be 6 damage because of that. So anyway, do that. Well then.
That one, the crit.
He senses the first one, dodges away from Rote's mace, right into a massive haymaker.
Well, your attack's going before Rote does
Sure,
his. So
I know. I'm just thinking about it in my own way.
Well, that's also a nat 20, so that means we get to roll for you for the first time on the critical hit table. Roll me a D100, good man.
Not 100.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Just
Okay, I didn't roll. I thought I almost did for a second there.
10. You deal maximum damage. Plus, you get to make an additional attack with the same attack.
All right, a haymaker into a right jab. God damn it. All right. So let's see.
What's your maximum damage?
My maximum damage for this is 6. Because this is just a regular unarmed strike, no benefits for the offhand.
Okay. And with that, then Rote will throw his attack with the natural 1, which means we get a roll on the fumble table.
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
So Rote, roll me a D100, please. A 19. As you grab the swing and the blow from
No.
Diggory's hit just lands and forces your target to stumble out of the way, you slip and end up tossing your mace about 10 feet away from you.
I hope it hits that one urgent kid in the face.
You rolled a 19, right?
Yes.
That's 20 feet away.
Oh, you're right. It's 20 feet away. I read the wrong one. So yeah, it flew 20 feet away.
More likely to hit the urchin in the face. Also, now more likely for the urchin to just run away with the mace.
It lands. It sails into the crowd that is getting, and you do watch somebody's feet just fly into the air.
Get Oslar, go get it.
Oslar will go ahead and get. Well, since he's not here, he'll go grab the mace for you.
Speaking of,
But it is the gladiator's turn, who is recovering from one heck of a haymaker as he resets his jaw from Diggory's hit. He actually turns and tries to hit Diggory.
I told you I was looking for exercise. Nope.
He fails.
I stand there and catch it in my chest, right on a particularly jagged part of my armor.
His hand bounces off. Osler goes and T-poses, hovers away to go pick up the mace that just smacks somebody random in the crowd. Diggory, it is your turn.
All right. Hopefully I'm getting loose again. I'm glad that was advantage.
That one will hit.
All right, and this one does actually have the bonuses, and so that's 11 points of bludgeoning damage from my massive meat hook.
So you step up and just blast him straight to the face as he stumbles back from the very quick straight right to the head.
With the bonus action, and actually with this, I'm going to use my bonus action and use Hammering Horns.
Okay.
After I hit a creature with a melee attack as part of the attack action, I can use a bonus action to attempt to shove that target with my horns. Target must be no more than one size larger, within 5 feet of me. If it succeeds on a strength saving throw, I push it up to 10 feet away from me. So DC 15 strength save. Nope.
No.
I'm going to slam him right into the wall of the building behind us.
Okay, please stop. Oh God, think I felt a few things breaking here. He reaches down cautiously at his side and holds up a bag for you. This is all that I have right now.
Diggory reaches over, takes the bag, probably a bit more gently and politely than he needed to.
Cloud will walk up. I'll be the judge of if this is enough. Keep him pinned there for me.
As you wish. Oh.
He opens the bag.
Yeah, Zach
Yep.
can't return for the rest of the day. Something came out.
Ah, okay.
Yep, I saw the message.
Yep. Told
Um,
him he was T-posing for dominance.
if you ever have to miss a session or everything, that's basically consider that's what your character would do is just T-pose for dominance. Unless there's something that you really are programmed to do, like heal or anything like that.
Now I'm
Anyway.
going to be shadowboxing in the background.
She will open up the bag, smile. You can let him go. We'll consider his debt paid now.
Very well. Thank you for the chance to loosen up. I needed that.
He will drop to the ground, grab his side, grab his face, adjust his obviously now broken nose, try to sniff and smell something, spit out some blood, and then just take off running.
Go and get my mace from the T-posing dinosaur.
It probably could have had Osler at least ways give him a little bit of something.
You didn't beat him up too bad. He'll be fine. Probably be back within the next few days to bed anyway. Now that his debt's cleared, we'll consider it. We can let him consider letting him betting. But I suppose time for payment then, right?
I would believe that would be the case, madame.
She reaches into the bag and pulls out a gemstone. All yours.
Well, a deal is a
What would I
deal.
roll to appraise it?
A deal is a deal. 10% of the take, and I have no reason to distrust you. Take the gem.
For appraisals, I miss when they actually had the appraisal skill.
Oh wait, never mind. Let's use that. If it's able to identify the price of it or
It is not magical.
anything.
If you want to roll for investigate, will be to appraise the gem.
Oh, I've got a +5 to that. Works for me.
And the D4. Okay.
A +4,
22.
making it a 22.
It's a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur.
Rolling 22s all day. We've got
You
a
can
gem,
tell,
a
but
real sparkly gem.
you have a piece in Diggory's hand of genuine bloodstone. It's opaque, dark gray with red flecks sprinkled out throughout it. You kind of know it's worth about 50 gold pieces.
Well then, ma'am, I thank you for the opportunity. This has been a eye-opening experience.
A pleasure working with you. May we have further business together.
If I can think of other stuff, will you be staying in town?
For the moment, yes.
Staying where?
Oh, which was the not rowdy place, I suppose. It's where everyone else was.
The Thundering Lizard, I think it was.
I think that was the rowdy one. The old
Yes, the
man's
Thundering.
rest or something like that.
Oh, Kaya's House of Repose. Is that where you're staying?
Yes.
Over at the Red Bazaar?
Yes. So my apologies. Yeah, I'm still acclimating myself to your city.
Huh. I thought your type would have stayed at the Thundering Lizard. Oh well. If I can think of any other jobs for you, I'll be sure to send a runner.
We would appreciate it. Thank you. Now then, I believe I have other business that probably would require you, probably insist you send me to pay my debts. If you'll excuse me, I need to go talk to your bookie.
No, just tell him that I said that no matter what your bet is, you won. Consider it a tip for keeping a future client alive.
Very well, and thank you again.
She gives you a wink and then walks away.
Digger just sort of looks out into space for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't actually belong in this picture, but I can't pass up this opportunity. But before that, gambling.
So you walk back over to the bookie, who's still taking a bunch of stuff. Looks at you with a big smile. The races hasn't actually started yet, boss. Why are you back so soon?
Oh, I just wanted to, felt the desire to watch the whole thing.
Oh well, I think they're about to let the run go. So yeah, sit and watch. Oh, don't sit with your legs over the edge. The velociraptors can jump pretty high.
You told those urchins that?
They know better. As soon as the gates go up, they will pull the legs up.
Fair enough.
And after a few moments and you guys settling into a nice spot, you hear chains being cranked as the gateway, where there's about 5 people behind that initial gateway on the one end, go. And as that's being raised, as it gets to about halfway, the rest of the gates slowly start opening for everything else. And once that do, all the kids and people that are sitting at the side of the run pull their legs up, but everybody starts cheering even louder. And once the gateway gets 3/4 of the way up for the people who are running, they start taking off and running as fast as they can. And then very shortly after that, the gates for all the beasts fly up and they pour out. And it is, in this case, a massive slaughter. Nobody gets very far in there as everything pounces upon them and begins ripping all 5 people to shreds. Um, the beasts begin to, after they kill and feast a little bit on there, begin prowling around and snapping up at the people that are towards at the edge of the run. But the crowd is cheering for them, and everybody is seeming incredibly happy at the slaughter. You hear
Oh,
bookies shouting that nobody made it out, so we have no new champion runners, and to come collect your bets.
It'd be hilarious if, oh, because you bet that 3 would die, that you lose because all 5 died. Sorry.
I mean, isn't that how it
well,
works?
check it again, webhead. It said 3 grand for 3 minutes, and you pinned him in 2. For that, I'd give you 100, and you're lucky to get that. How long has it been since I've seen Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1?
Oh yeah. So you go back over. Assume you go back over to the bookie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He look at you. Sorry, bud.
Nah.
Not all of them died. All of them died. So you didn't bet on the right thing.
Yes, fair enough. Nah. Well, 3 gold,
So that
was
means
it?
you owe me 3 gold.
Very well. I just
I
hand it,
elbow Degree in the side.
like I'm going.
Didn't she just make us? What? Why are you doing this?
It's only 3 gold. Besides,
Yes, but how much will you win?
how much?
If he won, he would have stood to win 9 gold.
So yeah, but really. So yeah, it's really only 3 gold. Is it really? Is it really worth calling? Is it really worth it in calling that in for that?
I don't think she's gonna let us call it in later on.
Eh,
Call what in? What you talking about?
We just finished a job for Miss Clow, and she said that as a gift and a tip for keeping the victim alive, we would have a winning bet no matter what.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should have told me that. He hands you
Yes,
a
he should
he
have.
hands you a small bag. There you go, you winnings.
oh, thank you. Thank you, and I look forward to doing more business with you, sir.
Yeah, just place your bets more cautious next time.
Indeed. Uh, I just walk away, muttering to myself, "What's the fun in betting if you're betting on the sure thing?"
If you open up the bag, you find that there are 15 gold pieces and 20 silver pieces.
That's a little bit more than what my winnings would have been. Oh, not something. Probably don't want to have this social interaction at that point. I'll just
Are you
keep it in keep it to the side, being like, "We'll call that gambling money for later."
are you three essentially doing anything else?
I'm taking all of Oslar's money.
No.
Of course, you just
No.
go.
Aw.
Hey,
Sorry, this
we
is
need
not
somebody to
Dungeons
rogue
and
it up a little bit.
Not while the player's not here.
Certainly.
Sorry, this is not Dungeon Bowl.
Right. It's not Dungeon
And that's-
Bowl.
and
It's
that's
not.
my
It's
character
not
that
being
does it.
done to a formerly humble mushroom farmer who hadn't seen more than 3 silver in one place at a time, and then they got handed 50 gold.
That got surprisingly smaller after that point somehow.
Not like he matters. He was still struck by the pile of glittering coinage.
Yep.
So the group will eventually meet back up. You meet back up in the Grand Souk, probably as you guys were doing, as Shauna has to turn her painting in.
Mhm.
And you go back to your patron and hand him your painting, and he's awestruck. Yes. Oh, this is the most amazing painting I have seen in quite a long time. You did fine work. So yes, I will honor my agreement with you that you can have a lifetime supply of paint as you need it from me here. That you will not lack for the best of paints.
And thank you for letting me work with these little darlings.
And I do believe I promised you a very special item after the fact.
Yes, you did.
He will dig behind his stand for a little while. You hear him digging out, basically muttering to himself, "Where did I put that thing? Oh, come on! I can't believe I misplaced it. Where is it? Ah, here it is." He pops back up and places a very nice looking bag on the counter for you. This,
She
this, my friend, is a very, very special bag. Only the nicest people carry these.
may I look? What is it?
Just, I just know it as a bag. I mean, you can call it a satchel. It's just a bag with a very fine craftsmanship. Things that
Well,
go in it tend to just stay in there. Yeah, I've stuffed a lot of stuff in this before.
well, I wouldn't mind. Well, thank you for the honors gift.
And he hands you the bag. It's a very, very nice looking bag that's highly decorated on the outside with looks like different stitching, and the other kind of looks like a face has been stitched onto the one of the flaps. Um, it feels well made and feels relatively light actually overall too.
Well, I think it will do me graciously. And I made sure to sign the painting right on this corner. Yeah, she put her name on it too.
Oh, I will make sure to display your name in full. Your artistry will become known throughout the port.
And she does a nice curtsy and takes a little jaunt out. Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, the group is all together and now with a very happy Shauna who's carrying a very nice looking bag.
Oh, so I take it your artistic endeavors paid off.
Oh yes, definitely.
Oh,
It
that's
is
Uh,
getting very like the sun is almost completely set over the horizon. Torches are set up along the street, and the souk is actually finally just being shut down from what you can see. For those who haven't closed up early.
well, looks like we should be heading back to the inns we're at.
yes, the House of Repose.
Not for you. You get to go to the
Oh,
Punchy Inn.
Oh yes, that's true. Although I forget, did I actually get rooms at the Punchy Inn, or did I just walk in there?
We need to get rooms paid for it as well.
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit there.
Yeah, we got rooms and we paid for them.
Well, very well then.
I think you got spots,
You got
not
beds.
rooms. Yes, you
Eh,
got beds. We got rooms.
eh, such as it be. Did we ever mark down which one was which? Or does it matter? Does it not matter?
Doesn't actually matter on this.
Yeah, fair enough.
so to give you an idea about Shauna, she's basically about uh like she said, she's still in school. So she's about uh teens, could we say?
Late
She's
teens,
not
early
fully an adult.
20s.
Yeah. So she still acts like one.
Anything happening during the night?
No, your night passes quite uneventfully. Well, uneventful for those at the House of Repose. For those in the Thundering Lizard, it's still a peaceful night, although you hear multiple bar fights break out downstairs, which kind of keep you from the best sleep you've ever had.
It's good to sleep lightly. Keep away the pickpockets.
Yeah. It's probably
with
just going to be
that-
a running theme. It's not like the library.
The morning dawns on the city, which springs to life almost as soon as the sun rises. And you guys have a very nicely made breakfast, or less so for the Thundering Lizard, but a hearty breakfast there, one that you will fill you up for quite a while.
Well,
For a Minotaur, that's the
Diggory,
important
Diggory,
part.
come here.
And the group will meet up again afterwards.
Before that, Diggory, come here.
Yes, what's up?
I punched him in the chest.
Huh. I feel the heat from his strike bleed through my what is it? My chainmail. He's like, well, I appreciate it, but that seems a little warm for the moment. It cools down. It's like, oh wait, you did some. Boy, that's right. You did a cleric thing.
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you, and I apologize for my initial reaction.
That'll be 5 gold pieces.
Let's just put on a shared tab, huh?
Fine.
Oh, with the group now back together, what are you doing? You had some interesting things happening over the city yesterday. You've gathered up some information, you've gathered up some equipment. What's the plans?
Oh, well, let's see. We have what would otherwise be described as the main quest. Finding out what exactly is going on with the. It's not spell plague. That was something entirely different.
Soulmonger.
Thank you, Soulmonger. Yes, thank you, disembodied voice in my head.
You're welcome.
I knew watching all that anime would be a benefit. Anyway, let's see. Well, besides that, well, what else was there? There were these lots of various things we got from Volo. Oh, and when we were at the souk yesterday before we split, I did get another tip about a missing airship, a missed shipment of some rare books that a seller was willing to give 100 gold per returned copy.
That's an interesting.
Any idea where it is?
Unfortunately, he wanted to close before I could ask any more specifics, but something to perhaps keep in mind and our eyes out for.
I'm sure if we went back, they would probably be open.
It's possible. Though, from what I gathered from the souk, it wasn't exactly an entirely consistent lineup. Or am I wrong about that?
It doesn't seem that the stalls seem to be kind of first come first serve when you set up there. So there may be he may be in the exact same spot. He may be a few down. He may not have been able to set up at that time and have to go somewhere else. So column A, column B thing?
Yeah, very well. Probably couldn't hurt to look, but if we have other places we need to be, we probably should be doing that.
This is
I
a
know
bit above board for
I
this.
know Osler wanted
totally
to go
realized
to
they
the
didn't
Temple
have-
of Gond, but just looking over at the lizard friend, still slack-jawed T-posing. I don't think he's going anywhere right now.
I think that was me that wanted to go to the Temple of Gond.
Oh,
Yes.
One of these
You keep
days, I
flipping,
will
flopping.
remember that it's the rat who's the cleric, despite him doing cleric stuff to me before this morning. I
What were you
apologize.
saying earlier, John?
Yes,
Or did
again.
I was saying that above board, I totally don't actually have alchemist supplies or a poisoner's kit, which kind of need to do the stuff. Oh,
A
I need to
rut
buy-
row.
need to actually buy those things.
Rut row, Raggy.
I would just do like the simple version of it.
hold on one second. If it's kind of essential to your shtick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should
It's
have
one of
had
those things like technically I should have
would've-
had
you
them
would you would have
because
you would have started with them.
yeah, because
You
that
can
is
add
the thing that he does.
you can add a simple alchemist supply kit to your
Yeah.
inventory.
Would I add a poisoner's kit too? Because he does do that.
A simple one.
Yeah. So the only ones in there is just says
Just
poisoner's kit gear.
go ahead and add those in because all they are basically they just allow you to use them if you have proficiency with the tool. So
Yeah.
no, go ahead and use those.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, oh wait, I don't have these things. I have the proficiencies for them, but I don't have them. The
They are a
actual
part of
things.
your they are a part of your shtick.
Yep. Okay, that was mainly it. Yeah, I'm good to go to the temple place as well.
Yep, and I will follow.
Right behind you.
Follow the...
Okay.
Following the group. Following the group.
You guys make your way to the Temple of Gond, which is surrounded, or at least inside, you can hear the multiple sounds of working on the inside of people who are doing various different crafts. You step inside, and unlike most temples where there is a altar and statues of the god, you can see that there is just workstations all along the outside, around the outside. Um, wrote as a cleric of Gond, the biggest thing that really sticks out differently to you is this does not seem to be like any other temple to Gond that you know of, as instead of a forge being at the center of the actual um, temple, there is a immense fountain in the middle that is continuously shooting water jets that all across the area to different parts of it and randomly shifting around.
I'm not
Uh-oh.
perfectly familiar with the iconography of the, or rather, the structural uses of most temples, and less still of Gond. But last I saw an installation like this, it was not at a religious institution.
Yes.
Gond's a good god. He doesn't really care about that religious stuff as much as the others. He just wants you to make something nice.
Well, whoever made that certainly did.
This
A
is...
cleric will walk up. War hydro engineers made that. They designed it using the plentiful water pressure from the city in the area thanks to all the rain and their designs.
Positively
Uh,
brilliant piece, too.
we thank you so much for that. Gond does provide for the artisan.
Digger's just gonna take out his notebook, start sketching things again.
Kitsu, you were saying something before I was going with the clerk.
Shauna's just so awestruck and she's like, this is amazing!
Yes, Gond takes in all of those who create with their abilities. We have ivory carvers, smiths, craftspeople, hydro engineers, as we mentioned, all giving thanks to Gond for their abilities. Are any of you devotees?
Yes, I am a cleric of God, and I put out my amulet up around my neck and show it.
He raises his symbol, taps it to your chest, and gives you a blessing of the forge yourself.
Yeah, thank you. We are here to see if, well, to visit as we are recent arrivals. Is there anything of note that we should know that you would like to share with a fellow initiate?
Well, we've had quite a few unfortunate deaths in the area, and even our most highest clerics were unable to raise them. Whatever is causing the death curse to exist is quite baffling.
Yes, that is actually part of why we are here. We are hired to find this source of it.
Oh, we hope and pray for your success. But alas, as you know, Gond is not one to grant foresight or anything into that. If you do wish to have any help or blessings for that, I would still suggest Savras, just the temple up the way. While I know it may go against your proclivities, good cleric, reaching out to other gods and help on on a job never is
I
harmful.
I do not mind as long as they are all for the same purpose.
He will give a bow to the entire group. You are always welcome in the temple, even if you are not followers. And we would ask that if you have any, please make any kind of donation to the temple, as our craftsmen would greatly appreciate it.
Shauna has her paintbrush out, trying to resist the urge to paint this beautiful picture that's in front of her.
Would I know what services the temple provides?
You know that from what you can see even around here, you know that they would provide some basic repairs, probably even maybe even some crafting of items. You might be able to purchase some armor or weapons here. Not necessarily magical, but maybe some nicer weapons. Um, basically, most stuff that anybody can create, you should be able to find here.
Um, guess I'll look for some initiate and try and buy a dagger that he made or something.
You'll find one of the lesser looking craftsmen around who hands you a very shoddy looking dagger, apologizing for it, and as he's only been following for a few weeks and only just started working. He says he'll only charge you a copper for the dagger.
Yeah, this is fine. Just keep at it, and eventually you'll reach my level.
Definitely keep working. I mean, look at. I mean, art is very on the high side right now. Mm.
Buy the dagger, by the way.
Okay. You
I
have
don't have any
a
words of wisdom. I'm a librarian. I'm not a crafter.
dagger. It will deal normal dagger -2 if you use it as a weapon.
All right. Don't think there's anything else I want to do here, really.
The group will head out of the temple, step back into the light where it smells less like working metal and fire and a little bit more like city. What does the group plan on doing?
Hmm.
Mm. Should we go back to our client and uh, get some more information our on where we're supposed to go?
Yeah, that seems like it'd be a good idea.
I certainly can't think of anything better. I do hesitate to bother them without any sort of like, oh, what's the word, progress on our parts, especially since I mean we've only been here a day. No one's expecting miracles, far as I can tell. Insofar as we're still talking about dealing with a death curse and all, but
It's either that or we could just head out and uh out into the wilderness and hope that we don't
Well, looking at what we have so far, the only thing that we know is that there's strange areas deeper in the continent, and nothing that seems particularly related, but it's probably one of them.
yes, and sadly I don't think we'll find any sort of the way of maps written large. That this place is truly as unknown, wild, and untamed as I'm led to believe. Those are the things that just don't exist. Just do not exist. Note to self: maybe find some cartographer's tools.
Well, how about this then? It is 3 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
We will give you guys the chance till next week to come up with what you guys are going to do.
Works for me.
Sounds good.
One day has passed.
And we're still in the city.
And that's the downside to sandbox adventures is that they can.
You get bogged down at points like this.
Yep.
At least we kill someone.
Killed.
No, I may kill someone when it flew away.
We got into a fight. You guys got, and I did throw a couple of pretty nice plot points at you, but you know.
Yep.
We'll catch him in the VOD.
But that'll be it. So for me, really quick, for my quick outro here for you, thank you everybody in chat who is still around. Looks like that it was a decent amount of people in the chat according to Streamlabs here. So thank you everybody who has been around. I appreciate it. You guys are all awesome. Anybody else is doing an outro?
Yeah. Well, for my side, there was plenty of people around over here too. So for all y'all, thank you all for hanging around, chatting, being all around cool dudes. We'll see you in the next one.
2 weeks.
And on my side, we're going to be continuing forward after these breaks.
Dun 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 dun. So I will catch everybody later. Thank you for sticking around and enjoy the new outro too.
Indeed, I know I will be taking a look at it. All right, so yeah, guys, see you all later.
Bye-bye for those on the other.
Oh, I didn't save that, did I?